$3,167. This was the cash flow for my property this month. 8.12%. This is the cap rate for my property. 25.09%. This is the 12-month cash-on-cash return for my property. 596.39%. This is the projected 10-year ROI for my property. I was able to do all that in less than 5 minutes using Landlord. Stop using disorganized spreadsheets. Stop making expensive mistakes, miscalculating your numbers, and stop wasting your time with having your real estate portfolio spread out everywhere. You need to download Landlord. Landlord is your one-stop shop for analyzing all your real estate numbers and organizing your entire portfolio. Get Landlord today for free. Click the link below and start doing real estate right.
Out of all of the markets right now in the US, South Florida is doing pretty well. And if you don't want to move to Florida, then Texas is also a booming market. You don't have to put everything into that one property. You can diversify like real investors like to do. They can get multiple places because the down payment is so low and because the payment plans are so flexible.
People love their government here. You don't see that often because they made life so beautiful to them. Everybody
and there's
a
future
here.
plan.
What are some of the reasons you would tell a Floridian invest in Dubai?
I would say
it is so important to have a professional team and a very amazing space when you want to record your podcast, because we have a lot of good nuggets when it comes to creating podcasts, and it's very important that the team is professional. They can get you all your material on time, and it's with good quality, both visual and sound. And I really want to thank Warehouse 4. I've tried a lot of different podcast studios, but they are very professional, and I really, really love this space. They have everything set up for you when you get there, so you don't even waste a minute. And also, it is, again, very important that you use good quality equipment when you want to create your content. And you can always go to Advanced Media, the biggest social media equipment store in Dubai. They have the best of the best.
Hi guys, today I am here with Tara, and she's a Dubai realtor. I'm a Miami realtor, and we're gonna dive in the different markets and get to know each other a little bit better and talk about lifestyle and the comparisons between the two. So, hi Tara.
Hello Isabella. I'm so excited because we can actually make friends on Instagram now.
I know.
It's amazing.
I love it. You connect and it's like you kind of get a feel for the person. You're like, I think I may like this person. And then you meet them, you're like, oh, I do. I do.
I think I'm a very bad texter.
Yeah, you are. You're very like, yes. Like a few words at a time. I'm like, I think, yeah, okay.
You're, okay, I have to get better than this.
No, but you were traveling too.
Yeah.
She just came back. She's been all over the place. Tell them where you were.
Canada. After my first time back in Canada after moving to Dubai.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
I was like, how did I even live here?
Wait, so how long did you live in Canada?
10 years.
Okay,
yeah.
A long time.
I grew up there.
Okay, yeah.
And then I went to Barcelona. There's good real estate opportunities there too.
Okay.
But it's very different than Dubai.
Right.
It's people go there.
How more like invest? Is it more like people are buying there, they're living? Is it more second home investment?
So some people really love the European lifestyle, and the investment company that I was invited by said something really interesting, that Dubai is a red ocean, meaning there is a lot of competition.
Right.
Everybody's talking about Dubai. There is thousands of agents
all over,
here.
meaning even outside of Dubai.
Yes.
Okay.
And everyone is investing here.
Okay.
But then Spain is a blue ocean, meaning not a lot of people know about it yet. Spain is not doing enough of the advertising for them. They're not promoting the country and the investment opportunities enough. So it's a blue ocean. Not a lot of people are in it, so there's still a lot of very good money-making opportunities.
Okay. Wait, so these ocean names, is this a real thing or something they made up? I'm going to Google it after. That's interesting. So are there benefits? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about like the Spain investing versus Dubai for a second. Are there benefits like there are here?
Well, you get a golden visa, spending same amount here. Yeah.
Ah.
You spend 500,000 euros here, you get a golden visa.
Okay.
You spend 500,000 euros in Spain, you get a golden visa.
Okay.
But
as in, tell the audience just in case they don't know what golden visa.
You get residency.
Okay.
You're a resident of that place.
For how long?
For 10 years.
Okay.
But the reality is as long as you maintain your property.
Okay. Okay.
So it's not like after 10 years they kick you out.
Okay.
But when you have a Spain residency, then you can, if your passport is not strong enough right now, then you can go to all the United Europe.
That's a benefit, yeah.
In Dubai, you can easier, go to all the GCC countries.
Okay.
Which is Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Oman.
Okay, look at you. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So it's
there are benefits.
different.
Yeah. So there's like what else is there? Like, what's the ROI?
Rental yields are good. 5%. Not as high as you can have in Dubai, because I'm just coming from an MR's launch.
Okay.
And the rental yields for Dubai's Hills Estate, for example, are about 11%.
Oh, wow. So it's like double. Yeah.
Canada, 0.
Really?
Spain, 5.
Uh-huh.
Canada's not 0, but
wait, okay, so Canada, if you buy a place, you rent it out, it covers the, at
mortgage,
least.
no.
Won't?
No, usually you pay out of pocket. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But the appreciation, they say.
Yeah. And it's a pretty stable market. But Spain is seasonal also, right? Not a lot of people are there in the winter time.
They don't have that long of a winter. That's the problem.
Okay.
Over 200 days of sunny days.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So
but what are the rental yields in Miami right now?
I would say that it's about 11%. I would say it's pretty good. Right now, the prices have gone up so much. We've had so many people move from California, from New York. Since COVID, you can work from home, so they have these higher salaries. They move there, and we've had, I would say, the biggest boom in the last few years. So a lot of newer developments, not as much as here for sure, but you can definitely make a profit. So if I were to potentially move here myself, I would rent my place out. I could, pay for my mortgage, the maintenance, taxes, like cover everything, and also still make a profit.
Oh,
also.
wow.
So
you're
it's good.
left with something at the end.
Yes. Yeah.
From the rents that you get.
Right. Correct.
Wow.
Yeah. After everything. So right now it's pretty good if you want to rent.
What about taxes?
Yeah. High.
Property
Taxes are
tax.
high.
You have annual
Yep.
property.
So our Florida property taxes are higher than a lot of other states. And that's kind of how the government it makes up. So we don't pay state income tax, which are like California and New York. They pay federal tax and they pay state income tax along with the other taxes, right? Sales tax, income tax, property tax. You pay a tax every year for your car, just to have your car, your license, the tag, your registration.
Okay, yeah.
So there's a lot of taxes. But I would say it's still pretty good. Out of all of the markets right now in the U.S.,
Florida
more
is the
so,
hottest.
well, I wouldn't say just all of Florida, more so South Florida is doing pretty well. And if you don't want to move to Florida, then Texas is also a pretty booming market as well. But it's just a very different lifestyle living in Texas versus Florida.
I feel like Texas and Miami, Florida have been really the hot topic because of the no tax or lower tax.
Yeah, and the warm weather.
And the warm weather.
Yeah. So it's a lot very like lifestyle oriented. I think a lot of people since COVID, they've realized if they are not going to be at work, what is outside of work? How does that look like?
Yeah.
Right? And so in Texas, if you want a lot of land, so in Florida, if you buy a place, you're not really getting land. It's more of like a city environment. It's more of living in a high rise. There's the water, there's the beach. In Texas, you get a beautiful house with a yard. You're not going to get that in South Florida.
Yeah. It's so funny. All over Instagram for a while was the mansions you can buy in Texas, and with the same amount of money, you can buy a studio in downtown Toronto or New York.
Right.
Very
so you get that, and then it's there's good schools, and it's a different lifestyle in Texas versus Miami. Miami's more of city. You want to be close to everything within 10 minutes. Okay. Great restaurants. I would say pretty similar to Dubai for sure.
So have you been to Dubai before this time?
Yeah, this is my third time.
How?
In a year and a half, which is crazy. So I waited all this time to come to Dubai, and now I've been here 3 times.
When you fall in love with a city, you come there a lot. For example, when I fell in love with Miami and Fort Lauderdale, 5 months, I was there 6 times.
Wow.
Before I moved to Dubai.
Yeah.
That was my first option.
What made you decide to go to Florida first?
Good question. Because it's 3 hours from Toronto.
Oh,
so
okay,
I was
that's
close
not
to
bad.
family.
Yeah.
And everybody in Canada is talking about buying a property in Miami because the prices are very
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
wait, when was that though? Because I feel like now it's not as reasonable. Like there's no, you're not going to buy in South Florida before a deal. There are no deals. It's more of, it's cheaper than where a lot of people are from.
Yeah.
But according to the Florida market, there's no deals.
You have to pay the market price.
Yeah. And a lot of people that are from South Florida, they're actually leaving. Like the Floridians are leaving because it's too expensive for them to live there. So they're moving to like a North Carolina or a lot of
the neighboring.
Yeah. Like a Georgia, North Carolina, places where it'll be a little cheaper and you can get land and not as crowded.
Reasonable comparing to Toronto, because Toronto is just super expensive.
Right.
I'm not saying Miami is cheaper, but the product you get for the same amount of money in Toronto and Miami, and the lifestyle and the weather is worth it. And Canadians can stay in the U.S. for 6 months. For
a long time. Yeah.
So
we have a lot of snowbirds.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of like the retirees from Canada. Yeah. So I can always, we usually say, because I've lived in Florida pretty much my whole life, we would have a joke that we can tell who the Canadians are because it'll be cold for us and they're out at the beach and they're in the pool, and for us it's like 60 degrees and they're in the pool. We're like, oh, they're from Canada.
From Canada. Everyone's a snowbird. Everyone that is making a little bit more money than the regular person doesn't want to stay in Canada for the winter. So that's why a lot of them were buying properties.
In Florida. Okay.
My partner himself, Matt, bought a property in Fort Lauderdale. And that's when we had a big group of us travel to Miami and talk to different developers and try to bring the product to Canada, because they just hear about it, but they don't actually know what's going on. They don't know if they can or not.
Right.
Because in Canada, foreigners cannot buy a property.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a foreign buyer ban that happened about 3 years ago.
Interesting. Which is actually the exact opposite of here, right? They want it's like, please, foreigners, please come. Yeah. That's interesting. So what do you think of the market, like, now that you're here? What made you come to Dubai?
Transform your construction experience with Iron Shake. Their done-for-you service handles everything with expert precision, from general contracting to project management. Whether connecting with top trades to help support your projects, or if you prefer to do it yourself, their tools and technology empower you to manage with ease. So why choose Iron Shake? They're more than just a construction company. They're a partner in your success. Visit ironshakeinc.com for more details.
Okay, yeah. So I wanted to move to Miami, but the visa part was a little hard.
How so?
To actually get
From
a work
Canada?
visa. Yeah, because there's no real estate agent visa.
Okay.
Okay, so I could get another job with you have to have a bachelor, so I could get another job related to computer, but
so the company would have to sponsor you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So getting they don't need real estate agents.
Right. Yeah.
Florida has
there's a lot of market. Yeah. A lot of them.
So coming here was way easier, because even though there are thousands of real estate agents here, they're still interested in more people to work in real estate, because I'm not sure if it's factual, but the two hottest real estate markets right now are Miami, Dubai second, and then Singapore. These three are the most famous one right now.
Wow.
And it was easier for me to come here because it's just the doors are open.
Okay, but what made you say buy Canada?
Oh, I said buy Canada a long time ago.
Okay.
It's super cold.
Right.
And lifestyle matters to me. I wake up at 6 a.m. every morning and it's still dark. I want to go out. It's cold. I want to go to the gym every morning and I'm freezing.
So you like warm weather?
I like to live.
Yeah. For me, also, it's not so much just the warm weather. It's the sunshine. I need sunshine. I can't do gloomy. Like, it makes me want to stay inside, and I feel like I get depressed.
I'm not even kidding. Most people are depressed most of the year in Canada.
It's a thing. It's a real thing.
Like I still had a couple of personal training clients after I started my real estate, because I was doing personal training before, and every morning I would get there at 8:30, and my clients were just, there was no sun. You
have to shake them. It's like, come on, wake up. Let's get into this.
And then I'm always a very positive person. At some point, I'm like, I know it sucks.
You're like, I feel you.
Let's just do it. Let's just start warming up. I know Canada sucks.
Yeah.
Canada's I don't like the lifestyle, but it has made an amazing childhood for me. It's very good for
and
education.
there's a lot of benefits too, right? Like you, schools and healthcare.
Very good schools.
Right? Is college free?
We have OSAP.
Okay.
Ontario. I don't know what it stands for exactly, but they pay for your school, and then you start paying back after you get a job for years, like monthly. Which is really good.
Okay.
You don't need to. That's for Ontario though.
Okay.
So they help you with school.
Okay.
There is free health care, which even if we had the paying option, I would take that because it's a little slow.
Okay.
But
it's better than not having health care.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, we don't have any.
Until you're 25, all your prescriptions and medicines are free.
Oh, wow. That's good.
So.
Okay. So there are benefits. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So then you said, I want to move to Dubai. This is going to be good. I can get my visa here. You like the lifestyle. From what point did you kind of go head first, or did you put one foot in, one foot out? Because I want to learn from you, because I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I don't know. Kind of scared. Like, I've known one place mostly my whole life, you know?
I had the opportunity because I got a job offer. I had salary. I had support. And I was like, this is too good to say no to. But again, as a real estate agent, you have to really stay on top of your clients and
you have to
your leads.
hustle.
So if I let go of my Canadian clients, I'm going to lose them. And I know that.
Okay,
so that was scary. And
could you try to convert them?
I am trying still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it a hard sell?
To Canadians, yeah.
Why? What's
they don't know enough.
Right. So that's what I feel with
so
the U.S.
Far away.
I feel like to them, they're still like, okay, I had friends that messaged me since I was here asking me if I'm okay because they haven't heard from me in a few days. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I'm really good, actually. This is great. I'm living my best life here.
Yeah.
So that's still.
They don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
like, yeah, I'm and the fact that like I'm a single girl, I'm here by myself. What are you doing there? You know, it's just like, dude, like chill out.
You know, in North America, the image they have from Dubai is that you go to Dubai, there's a pool of rich husbands.
Right.
So you're gonna go to Dubai.
Yeah. I'm gonna find someone like on day 2.
Marry a sheikh, and you're gonna start driving your Rolls Royce and your Birkins, and that's not how it is.
Right.
It's not true.
No, a lot of people work here. Okay.
they think they're sheikhs, which they call sheikhs.
Just sitting there at the airport holding a sign. Can you imagine? Actually, that'd be kind of cool. They should be
looking for a wife. From outside.
From outside. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Like, it's so funny. My friend every month messages me, replies to my story. She's like, "Did you find the sheikh yet?" I'm like,
my god.
My love, it's not sheikh.
Yeah.
First, let's say it right.
Wait, how do you say?
Sheikh.
Sheikh.
Yeah.
Sheikh.
You're good enough.
I gotta work on the Yeah. Okay.
Sheikh.
Sheikh.
But anyways, except forget about the rich husband.
Yeah.
North America is harder to sell Dubai compared to Europe because Europe is closer.
Right.
They know a little bit more.
For sure.
But we are the ones
and
who
I
are
feel like
bringing.
they've been coming here earlier on, right? There's so many British people here.
Oh, yeah. This is the second London.
Right.
Yeah.
So I feel like they've already kind of gotten used to the idea of Dubai.
And it's
when we're still like, you know.
But this is our job.
Yes.
We are bringing Dubai to North America.
Educate first. I think that's the first kind of hurdle, making sure people understand it's safe, you know, it's really fun, there's lots to do, there's a great lifestyle. Okay, I was just sitting outside, mind you, I'm wearing it is linen, long sleeve dress, sitting outside at address JBR, and the air was cool. Like, the breeze was nice, like, meaning that it's so pleasant.
Everything about it is perfect.
It's clean. Okay, so little story. The other day, it was day 3 of my podcast, right? And I wanted to have a different outfit for each podcast, just to show like I love fashion, whatever. So I bought a suit specifically for the show, and now I'm in between going to the next, because I had them back to back. In between, had the pants, can't find the jacket anywhere, the blazer. I'm freaking out. I had it altered. I mean, everything to wear for the thing. And then I'm just like, you know, F it. Like, I just got to roll with the punches. My guest is here. They're waiting. I booked the time. I'll just wear the same outfit again. I know, it sucked. Anyways, I did it. It was great. I'm walking out, me and my friend Zara, and the security guard comes up to me and he's like, ma'am, he sees me with the pants. He's like, this is yours. I'm like, oh my God, you found my jacket. I'm like, where was it? It was out in the street. I saw it 3 hours ago and I brought it in, dusted it off, and I've been waiting to give it to you. And I'm like, this would never happen back home, like ever. If you lose something, that's it. It's done, it's gone, whatever. So things like that are just, it's really cool.
You really don't know what's going on until you're there. So you're right. When your friends ask you, are you okay? Dubai is the second safest city in the world after Japan. Okay?
Right. Okay, yeah.
The crime rate is zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
See, but I still have to get that ingrained in my head. Like when I leave my hotel room, I still make sure the door is because I'm not used to it, you know?
But
so I think it takes time.
I'm so used to this now. I love to live a comfortable life. So I leave my phone everywhere.
Wow.
And they always hold it for you. I leave my purse open. It's like I'm trying to buy. I want to prove them wrong.
Yeah. You're testing it. And you're like, one day I'm not going to find it.
I'm leaving everything open. My passport, everything, money, cash. I'm leaving everything on the counter to see if the cleaners take it.
Wow.
It's so safe.
And nothing.
And then I went to Spain and my friends are like, be careful with the pickpocketing. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. I'm not used to this.
No.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Lifestyle's amazing.
Yeah. Well, so just to touch on that really quick. So I had seen on Instagram all the videos where people do a test, right? They leave something out in the middle of like a mall or a busy thing or whatever. And I always thought that was fake media. I used to think that was just like a setup. No. And now I've seen from being here, it's legit. Like it's real.
Yeah. When I moved to Dubai, I realized that I was scared for no reason.
Right.
But when you're
I mean, that's just how you were trained, right? That's how you were trained to be like that.
Not scared in that sense. Scared about leaving my whole life, coming to a place that I haven't been for 8 years. I didn't come to Dubai for 8 years. And then I just packed, watched some YouTube videos about the developers, about how much money I need to survive.
Yeah, okay.
And then I just moved. I packed and I moved.
Wow.
And
what did your family say?
Well,
were they like, you're crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were not very like supportive.
Right.
But
are they on board now? Or you're still?
My mom's like, you really couldn't make money in Canada?
Right. Because she wants you close. She wants her little baby. Like, yeah.
But
I understand
I'm like, Mom, let me tell you something. In Dubai, there are two types of people.
Wait, would you bring her here? Would she move?
When I give her a BMW to drive,
yeah. Be like, okay, now look. Yeah. Okay.
But I told her it's so easy to, not so easy, but so exciting to do real estate in Dubai because there are two types of people in Dubai. Real estate agents and the people that want to buy or sell real estate.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Is planning to either buy or sell.
It's
Everyone's
centered,
in the market.
There's a big economy. The economy, I feel like, is pretty focused on real estate, for sure.
But it's definitely expanding a lot. A lot of big companies' headquarters are moving here because there's no tax. And they are one of the most business-friendly countries in the world, Emirates, and Dubai. So it's making it very, very appealing for people to move here. For families, very family-oriented. You would think it's a party place. Not at all.
Right.
I haven't partied once since I got here.
Oh, wow.
And
there's so many little pockets of communities, too. That's what I'm learning. So a lot of my friends here, like today was my first time actually going to Marina. So I'm like, I want to see the different areas and not just downtown, not just Palm. You know, it's like there's so many places that you can raise your family, right? And then also the other thing that I've learned is that a lot of people, they used to come here before and only stay a few years. Now the government's really trying to encourage you to stay longer, right? Like with schools and neighborhoods that have, parks and all of that. So that's really cool.
Something very interesting is that every project that's launching, even if it doesn't have a gym or a pool, it always has a kids' playground.
Wow.
They really care. They want people to raise their kids here. They're amazing international schools. And obviously, it's not free, but it's affordable. It's good.
Are there public schools here?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All private.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
But so if you are talking to someone from Florida that loves to invest, obviously what the biggest investors in the world say is to diversify your assets. So what are some of the reasons you would tell a Floridian to
buy here or invest here?
Yeah.
I would say one of the number one things is that The payment plans are amazing. So if you buy off plan, the fact that you don't necessarily have to have a mortgage. I mean, you could, if you wanted to have a mortgage, you can, what is it, like, there's a percentage. Yeah, you can get a loan for a certain amount.
Yeah.
But the developers make it so easy to, you know, have different payment plans that are affordable. And I think also the idea that you can buy a place and then before it's actually handed over to you, you can sell it's already appreciated.
Yeah.
And then you can sell that and then you make a profit from the, I mean, you can either hold on to it or you can sell that contract, which is a, you know, great.
Yeah.
Great.
So there's some points I need to talk about.
Yes.
Where in the world do they give you a house for only 20% down and 1% per month for 80 months, which is 7 years?
Yeah. No.
Absolutely no interest.
No. Yeah. No.
Free
That's
money. Free house.
Yeah. And the other thing too is that you can take that money, right? You don't have to invest. Let's say you have more money. You don't have to put everything into that one property. You can diversify, like you said.
Yeah.
What real investors like to do, they can get multiple places because the down payment is so low and because the payment plans are so flexible.
Yeah. So one thing is that I was selling a project that the payment plan was 60-40, meaning you pay 60% during construction and 40%, 1% a month afterwards.
Okay.
After the handover. And I told my client, your budget doesn't have to be, let's say, $1 million. Your budget is enough to be 600 because after that, the other 400,000, your tenant is going to pay monthly. You don't even need that money. Your tenant will pay it monthly.
Yeah.
So you don't actually need the full budget.
You don't need so much. Yeah. And I think that's great. It's like you don't have, back home, you know, the average down payment is 40% that you need for something. So here you can get something that's, I know, so because there was a housing crisis, you know, a few years ago, what a lot of the banks, they're scared to lend money now. So they just want to make sure that there's more money being put towards the property.
Yeah.
So they're safer.
40%.
Yeah.
In Canada right now, because there is a lot of projects and not a lot of buyers, they're giving a lot of good incentives. 15% during all construction, 5% each year. They are better payment plans. But
we have some, don't get me wrong. There are some places you can do 20%, or I work with a lender that is 0% down, but you have to have 2 loans. So it's like you have 0% for a certain time, and then you get a piggyback loan, and then you have to pay so much more on that. So it's like there's ways to kind of work it, but yeah, you're putting a lot of money down. Yeah.
And a question I get a lot is that, can we get a mortgage here? Yeah, you can. Anybody can. It depends on your background, what you do, your income, and your age. Because it's funny, the mortgage amortization here in Dubai is until you're 65.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So your amortization is until whatever age you are. If you're 25, you have 40 years to pay it off.
Oh, wow. Great. Yeah. And then you get the visa. That's another benefit.
Oh, yeah.
Here. So you spend a certain amount, and then you automatically get either a 2-year visa or you get the 10-year visa, which is great. And
it's 750,000 dirhams for 2 year and 2 million dirhams for 10 years.
Yeah.
And the selling the contract, we have that also in Canada called assignment. You assign it to somebody else because you can't really sell it because it's not yours.
Right.
Still, you haven't paid for it. It's interesting to me that Miami, Florida doesn't have that.
No.
Here, it's incredibly funny. We had a project launch called Verve in City Walk by Miras. And it launched at 9 a.m. and it was sold out by 1 p.m. And it was already sold out. It just took the actual time to sign. It was sold out. So imagine somebody comes in and was lucky enough because they paid an EOI, express of interest EOI before the launch. So they had a ticket. They were lucky enough to be able to walk into the launch, buy it, and then it's sold out. So they can sell that tomorrow.
That's crazy. And already make money from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And also here it's very flexible with short-term rentals, which we don't have. Airbnb, we have an issue with in Florida. I'm not sure, I don't want to be quoted on the price, but it's a few $1,000s fine if you're caught Airbnb-ing your place out in most buildings.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to.
The buildings don't allow it.
The buildings don't allow it. Yeah. Because South Florida in particular, the tourism industry is so high. There's like a hotel monopoly, and the hotels want to make sure that you're not taking business away from them.
Of course.
So here, you know, you can do short-term rental, you can have the building rented, you can do Airbnb, do it on your own.
Very flexible.
So there's lots of benefits.
Very flexible, and you know, New York was one of the most popular city in terms of tourists last year, which had 69 million tourists.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Last year. And
how do you know all these numbers?
Because
it's like a little encyclopedia in there.
I interviewed Anand Menon, and he is the computer.
Like a numbers person.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 69 million tourists visited New York. And then after that, downtown Dubai only, just downtown Dubai. You know how big Dubai is right now.
Right. I'm learning.
Had 63 million tourists visited. So people are always coming to Dubai. Dubai is the hype right now. And the people.
What do you think the draw is though? Like let's just say a tourist. Like why would a tourist come here? I know why I came here, but like why would, what is it?
The luxury is not expensive.
Right.
What you pay for everywhere else, you pay here, and then the service and luxury, you get maybe a little bit more, but you're not paying a high premium for the luxury and the service that you get.
Right.
Or
I feel like usually, or the way that I always looked at it, because I go to Asia a lot. And for me, it's like to get a level of service, I feel like I'd have to travel totally on the other side of the world to get that. Here, you get that. And it's, you know, it's 14 hours, but it's not 36 hours of a flight, right?
Yeah. Wow.
So the fact that the level of service is so crazy here, good, and
the lifestyle
it's pretty good.
Is good.
Yeah.
The lifestyle is clean. It's safe. People are nice. I feel very welcome here.
Attentive too.
Yeah.
Like they're like, "Ma'am, are you okay? Is everything?" You know.
People are just. They don't have that much problems. So because when you have a lot of problems like financial issues and there's always traffic and you're cold, it's hard to be
Or like
nice.
government in turmoil. Right. Like issues.
People love their government here. You don't see that often.
Right.
They all love the king.
Right.
They all love him, like truly, because they made life so beautiful to everybody.
And there's
that
a future
here.
plan, which I think people also, it's like they have something to look forward to.
And it's public.
It's always moving forward.
So there's so much hope because Dubai is planning to be the most livable city in the world by 2030, which is going to get there before that. So people have a lot of hope that we're living in the best city in the world.
Yeah.
And
it's green. I've seen so much green here.
Yeah.
So that was my other thing before I came here. I was like, oh, it's gonna be the desert. I have allergies. Like I'm gonna, it's gonna be, I'm gonna be full of sand all the time. And then I came here. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many trees and grass. And
they care.
I just didn't know. When you don't know.
The projects that they're building right now, imagine a piece of land. They're only 30% of it that they're building the actual, what do you call it?
The infrastructure,
and then 70% is just beautiful garden and green space.
Yeah.
And they are doing that because it really changes the temperature.
Right, it cools it down. Yeah.
And they really
it also it builds sort of like community too, right? It's like a place for people to gather and especially in the evenings. Yeah. I'm sold on it.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know. Got to figure out how to make it.
Well, you live in Miami.
I know. So that's the thing. It's like I don't want to give it up 100%.
Well, you don't have to give it up. A lot of people are here half of the year, and then when it gets too hot for them, for me it's fine.
Right.
They go somewhere else.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, so I've lived in Dallas for a little bit, and I told a friend of mine actually that lives here. He's like, oh, but how is the heat? I'm like, to be honest, summers in Dallas, this feels the same. It's in the hundreds every day. Feels like you're in an oven. And here it's actually been a little cooler than that.
Listen, anybody that says Dubai is too hot, I live here. It's absolutely false.
Yeah.
Because I was in Spain and the weather is very good outside. It's hot. But indoors, terrible AC. There's no AC.
Yeah.
Aren't you cold inside here?
Yeah, 100%.
Always
the other night,
jacket.
actually, I was in DIFC with a friend, and we walked from one area to the other, and I had a long sleeve on. I don't know, I guess I just brought I don't know why I brought long sleeves. But anyway, and I was fine. And she actually said, because she left to go to England, and she's like, I think I may change my ticket because I was leaving because I thought it was going to be hotter, and now this is actually not so hot.
I actually had to buy a winter hat because I'm very sensitive
to cool.
To cool, and the AC was so intense.
Yeah, it is pretty cold. Yeah.
I thought people don't catch a cold in Dubai because it's hot, but the temperature difference from inside and outside is too much that some people catch a cold.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I haven't caught a cold here, even though in Canada I was always sick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Because now it's the opposite. It's like heat and cold.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like from the heaters.
No, even in my house it was so cold anyways.
So what would you tell someone that's kind of on the fence?
To move to Dubai?
Habibti, come to Dubai.
They say just come and visit. They say it themselves because then I don't need to say anything.
Right.
Just come and visit.
Come once.
Yeah. There's nothing lacking here. You can find your community. You can find your friends.
So many different areas too. It's like if you want the beach lifestyle, if you want to be more in the city, if you want green, you go, Al Barari or something. It's just there's so much.
Look at you.
I know. I'm learning. I'm getting there. I'm like, I want to go here today. Let's go here today. Yeah.
You learn very fast because Dubai from north of Dubai to south Dubai, it's only 35 minutes drive.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that big.
And then I've heard, some of my friends here, they're like, oh, traffic. I'm like, this is nothing. I'm like, maybe you're in the car like an extra 10 minutes or something, but it's not bumper to bumper forever.
The fact is that the RTA, what does RTA stand for?
The metro?
The road traffic. No. Hold on. What does RTA stand for? Okay, RTA RTA Road Transport Authority. They are always working. They're making building new bridges, new roads all the time. Wow. They have very big plans. They're always working to make it better. Nice. People really care about their city, and we all love it. Yeah. Like I understand how much I love this place, and I call it home, and I've only lived here for 5 months. Oh my gosh. I love it. I
may be your neighbor. Let's see.
Yeah, come.
Okay.
But
cool.
it's just I can make money here as a real estate agent. That's
True.
why I love it.
Yeah.
Nice. So.
Well, I think that we've pretty much sold everyone. I mean,
I'm not even trying. I'm just
I know. It's just we're literally just saying all of the facts, and it's up to you. But do your research.
We didn't even talk numbers right now.
I know.
We didn't even talk numbers, but I can tell you that.
Tell me some numbers. Tell me some stats.
I was going through a project by Imtiaz, a boutique developer that has very beautiful.
I've seen it.
Imtiaz.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's however you spell it.
Yeah.
They have new projects coming, but they have one project that's finished, and everything is public, all the numbers, so you can go see what's going on. Only in 2 years. People have made profit 30% a year, so 60% in 2 years.
Okay, that's insane.
And obviously, there are so many options out there. You don't know what to choose. That's why you have to talk to someone that knows the project, knows when Imtiaz is selling something here. There might be so many other developers that are also selling in the area, but they're not as luxurious. So obviously, when someone wants to live in that area, they would go for that Imtiaz.
Right.
And there's less competition because that's the only luxury around there.
Right.
So people are willing to pay the premium to buy that. And when you own something unique, when you own a penthouse with amazing views, when you own the best floor plan, best two-bedroom floor plan, when you own the best view, when you own a 3-bedroom in a building that there's only 75 3-bedrooms, but there is 170 studios, when you own those specific unique units and properties, that's when you will make most of your profit.
Right.
So
it's unique. It's a rare thing.
That's
and I think that's why it's also important to make sure that you hook up with a great broker and someone that's educated in the market, because there are so many developers out there, right? There are so many agencies, and I think that, meeting with someone like you're able to guide them into which property you think would fit them best.
Yeah, and then one thing I realized here is that I actually went to college for 2 years to get my real estate license in Canada. And all we talk about is the fiduciary duties that you have towards your clients. In Canada, and also in America, real estate agents, it's all about building a relationship and keeping it to get returning business. But here, the Middle Eastern mentality is just sell.
Okay, right.
And the turnover of agents is very short. So they sell for 2 years and they're out.
Right.
So they don't really want to build that relationship. They will sell you what has the highest
what's a good deal
commission. Yeah. Because the smaller, not amazing, not popular developers have higher commission. MR has 3 to 4% commission for an agent, but a smaller
the name sells itself.
But a smaller developer gives you 7%.
Wow.
So of course an agent that cares about money is going to sell you that smaller one. I'm not saying it's bad, but when you own MR, it's different. So for me, when I learned real estate as a relationship with my client, not to just make money, I think
it's the best way.
Yeah.
Because eventually they're going to want something else, or maybe they start off as a rental, then they want to buy, then they want to buy something bigger, then they want to buy a house. So I think kind of, being with them along the way is the best way to be.
And then one funny thing is that whoever I met, whatever friends, not even for business, they all ended up doing business with me. Because they just,
that speaks for itself.
Everybody wants to do real estate. Everybody needs a piece of Dubai.
Right. Yeah. I think it's important.
So I think you're ready to go and bring all the
Floridians. bring them on. Come on, Miamians.
just come visit. And if you don't even want to visit, forget about the amazing lifestyle. The money
come
is to
see
be
for
made.
yourself. Yeah. Don't just judge by what you see on TV or what you hear or what's on social media. Come and see for yourself.
So when I wanted to decide in between Dubai and Miami, I heard that the most amount, Dubai and Miami are the 2 cities in the world that have the most amount of money coming in and out. So I was like, no matter which one I choose, I'm not going to go wrong.
You're not going to go wrong. Yeah. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm so glad that we got together and we got to, kind of chit-chat about everything, and you're happy here, and I think I will be too. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much. I'm happy that we got to do this before you leave.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, wait. And if you want to contact us, you can contact me, Your Lux Lifestyle, or my name, Isabella_Garofanelli. I'll put it down below. And
for me, just search Tara Sadat, TARASADAT. I'll come up.
Yes.